We're here at one of the newest eateries in Port Neches, Sazon Dulce, or Sweet Seasoning. And the owner of this place, Karen Chandler, is determined to bring her delicious food from her culture, which is Puerto Rican, here to not just Port Neches, but to all of Southeast Texas. From one port to another, Puerto Rico to Port Neches, Karen has successfully brought the flavor of the Caribbean to season up our neck of the woods.
Wanting to bring the culture, our culture, to Texas, and so to the 409, and it was basically where Brandon and I just started talking about, you know, I had a furniture business, and I said, well, let's try something different. Let's bring some food into the community.
Brandon is Karen's oldest son, and Good Eats viewers will recognize him because we recently profiled his eatery, Benny's Pizza. Not only did her son inspire her, but Karen also credits her mom and grandmother.
Sazon means seasoning, and Dulce was my grandmother's name.
Karen learned from both women, but she actually took their recipes and taught herself.
I was born and raised in New York City, Lower East Side of Manhattan. My parents were born in Puerto Rico. My grandparents were born in Puerto Rico, and then when they went to live in New York City. And so growing up, I always seen my mom and my grandmother cooking. I was never allowed to cook, just watch. Yes, self-taught. And I have my mom that still lives in New York, and she's my big supporter, my helper, getting ingredients from Puerto Rico sent, you know, to me here. And so those are the ingredients that I use. They come from Puerto Rico.
Ingredients that have helped Karen create an authentic and traditional Puerto Rican menu. Even when you walk into Sazon Dulce, you feel like you're in Puerto Rico. The decor is just amazing. But what's even better is the food. With the basis being sofrito. Karen calls it her liquid gold.
Sofrito is a mix that we make where it has a lot of herbs, you know, bell peppers, cilantro, onions, lots of garlic, and then there's some ingredients that only I can get from Puerto Rico, and those are being shipped to me. And so we just put it in the blender, and I just make a big batch of it, and I freeze it in several containers, and that's my liquid gold that goes into everything that I cook.
Karen's secret to success, though, is that she says she cooks everything with love and from her heart, and it's all amazing.
A lot of people, they come, they want to know what do I recommend, or they've heard, or they've never heard of Puerto Rican food. And so I always tell them the basics, which is basically rice with gandules, which is Spanish rice, and the beans are called pigeon peas. And so the Spanish rice, I tell them pernil, which is pork, a pork shoulder. And if they don't want pork, I do make chicken. So I do make a pollo guisado, which is like a Spanish type stew with rice.
The pernil, or roasted pork shoulder, can be eaten by itself with rice and beans, sweet or fried plantains. It also comes on paninis, which include the Cuban or the tripleta.
And that's it.
The tripleta is a massive sandwich that will fill you up and make you happy. Just ask our photographer Cameron. Better yet, watch him eat.
The tripleta, which is the 3 meat, and so it is pernil, steak, ham, cheese. Are you ready? Lettuce, tomatoes, pickle, mayo ketchup, and potato sticks.
Mayo ketchup is uniquely Puerto Rican, a sauce made up of ketchup, mayonnaise, garlic, and other seasonings. It's good on everything, including the top seller at Sazon Dulce, the coquille box.
The coquille box is basically a sampler box that has 2 empanadas, which are the beef turnovers. It has loaded fries, loaded yuca fries, totones, and I put pernil over it with mozzarella cheese, mayo ketchup, which I make daily on the premises here fresh every day, and cilantro. And so that sampler box has been basically our #1 seller. It's like, you know, you get a little bit of everything, and people love that.
Another traditional Puerto Rican dish is mofongo, but Karen's creativity has turned it into an appetizer, mofongo balls.
So the mofongo balls, it's basically, it's the green plantain. I'm cooking them, I'm mashing them, and as I'm mashing them, I'm also incorporating the chicharrones. And I'm also incorporating the garlic butter sauce. So it's like I'm layering it. So as I'm putting the plátano, I'm putting garlic, and so I'm mixing it all up, mashing it.
There are also plenty of yummy Puerto Rican desserts.
I have the flan, which is a caramel custard. And that's a recipe that was given to me from my mom for many, many, many years. And so I use that recipe, you know, family-owned business. You want to use family recipe. Then I have the tembleque, which is a creamy coconut pudding. And the name tembleque means jiggly. And so you want it to jiggle. That's the whole purpose. Now that is gluten-free and vegan, so that's good for those that are watching what they eat, and so that's a dessert, and you know, that they can choose from. We also have the mantecadito cookies that have guayaba. Those are the shortbread thumbprint cookies. The pastelillo de guayaba, it's a puff pastry filled in with guayaba. I also make it with cheese, and so sometimes I'll incorporate guayaba and cheese in those. And then our famous quesitos, which are the little cheese, those go fast. They sell by the dozen here.
Sazon Dulce is easy to find. It is located in Port Neches at 2825 Nall Street, Suite 2A at the Village Park Shopping Center. It's open Tuesdays through Friday from 11 to 5, and then on Saturdays from 11 to 4. The number here is 409-853-1177. It's an important number to remember because the food here is so delicious and it's so popular that there are times when it sells out. So you can always call here first to make sure it has what you want. So tell me, where do you want me to go next? All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe down below.